Welcome back.
NicknLex here.
Hey, everyone.
How's it going? So tonight
Woo!
we're going to do some epic grunge.
Yes.
And it's so funny because I've only done, I think, 2 songs on the channel, SOUNDGARDEN.
Yes.
And, well, I wanted to thank John. We wanted to thank John from Texas for sponsoring this. And I'm sure that 2 people are going to be very happy, which is Eric and JK, because they were the only ones who have ever requested grunge on the channel.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm very excited. Thank you so much, John, for sponsoring this through our Buy Me a Coffee page. We're going to have 4 songs for you guys today. Yeah, I've never done SOUNDGARDEN on the channel, and honestly, just looking at their most popular songs, of course, this is a band name that I've heard throughout time.
Throughout history.
Yeah, and Black Hole Sun, definitely heard that, and Spoon Man. Those are the only 2 that I can see from all of their most popular songs that ring a bell.
Right. Yeah, for me too. And then we were kind of like obsessed for a while with it's not SOUNDGARDEN, but Temple of the Dog.
Yes.
That Hunger Strike song, and I think I learned it, right?
Yes,
because
you did.
we were playing it with a neighbor of ours who was just a 90s guy, and he knew all the grunge, and he had a great voice, and we would do like Alice in Chains covers, Nutshell and all that stuff. So that's where I know grunge from, like the most.
Yeah,
like that era.
But I mean, that was like a year or so, of time, and usually you guys, like you said, would play the same songs. So yeah, very excited. Thank you so much, John. We're going to be doing Jesus Christ Pose from Bad Motor Finger album, 1991. And then My Wave from Super Unknown, 1994.
That's the album that I've seen the cover of like a lot of times.
Okay.
Just in stores when they would still sell CDs.
Okay. Yeah, it's an interesting cover. I can't exactly make out what
it's a
like
face.
A blurry, yeah.
But it
and
looks like almost
too.
like an elf or something. But I think it's just a picture, the way it turned out. And they thought.
And here's a hand here too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. And then Pretty Noose from Down on the Upside, 1996. So we are going in order of release, I guess. And the last track is Live to Rise, which that one came up on a compilation album. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, I don't think 2014.
Let's see.
I think he had already.
This is on Iron Man. On the Avengers.
Oh, Lord. On the Avengers movie? We're just going to watch it.
We were about to watch it yesterday.
We have seen.
We didn't, huh?
Yeah, we have seen so far because Alexia was always like, no, I'm not interested. And I never watched Marvel either. But we did watch Iron Man, Hulk.
Barely, yeah.
Thor.
Captain America.
And now.
Yesterday we were supposed to watch The Avengers. So Live to Rise is a song recorded by SOUNDGARDEN for the film The Avengers. That's cool. Good that we haven't seen it yet. Perfect timing for this, even though this was submitted before we even had this idea. This is like coming at a perfect time. So let's get started with Jesus Christ Pose. Thank you all for being here. If you're enjoying yourself, like the video, engage in the comments, whatever you want to say. And consider subscribing if you think you'd like to see us again. Let's go.
All right.
Wow.
So also from Seattle.
Yeah.
At 1984 formed. What year is this?
91. Their
third. Oh.
Oh, third.
2 days after. Heavy.
Very.
Wow. Bad boys.
Wow.
Wow. It's heavy. I like it. The drums are like.
Wow, I love it.
Heavier than I thought, honestly.
Me too.
Very good.
Yeah, look.
Bad boy.
Wow.
Wow,
That was so
that was
crazy.
insane. Very good. Like I had no idea that they were actually an 80s band.
Yeah. And
84.
and like you said, so much heavier than I was expecting, and they were like a heavy metal band.
Yeah.
You know, this album was even nominated for the Grammys for Best Metal Performance.
It's amazing.
And yeah, it says the album maintained the band's heavy metal sound while featuring an increased focus on songwriting. So they were already heavy metal. I had no idea. It does sound
like, I mean, not like the typical heavy metal.
No.
But it sounds like the 90s version of what heavy metal.
Exactly, like a pre-grunge.
Yeah. But it's crazy. Also, this album came out literally when Alexa was 2 days old.
Yes, I love that.
That's
I know.
amazing.
October 8th, 1991.
Your dad could have been like jamming out to with you.
I don't know.
But no, I think this is too heavy for him.
I agree, yeah.
But I'm just blown away that they formed in 1984, but they didn't kind of like release an album until 89.
Yeah.
So, but I always thought, like, I've never really like gotten into grunge. I don't know why, you know. So I thought everything was happening at the same time. Like it's a it's a Seattle band.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just all like happening like in the early 90s.
Yeah.
But no, like there were bands that had already been together. Like, because right now when we looked at the other marathon, it was Soundgarden, it was Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, and I just saw a documentary about Stone Temple Pilots, like what was going on with them and Pearl Jam and stuff like that. So it's just like really interesting what was happening. But just the voice here is insane. Like he had such an amazing voice, but it does remind me of this really cool artist who's really unknown, but he was a singer, not a singer, but a guitar player for Poison, but he's a jazz fusion guy, Richie Kotzen, and he sings, and I think without even wanting to, he just sounds like Chris Cornell. Maybe a little bit deeper or something.
Yeah.
But he has that range and he has that intensity in his voice. Check him out, John, Richie Kotzen, and just as a guitar player, he literally blows everyone.
And we saw him live, and it was just really, really cool.
Oh my God!
Absolutely, yes. I think he's one of the few people that we can say he sounds like Chris Cornell because they have such a unique voice,
right?
That it's hard to.
And he doesn't even. He's not even trying to sound like him. That's just his singing voice. But the guitar playing, he literally like guitar players like Paul Gilbert, Jason Becker. They're like, this guy blows us away. Yeah. He's like unreal. He literally plays unreal stuff like jazz fusion, like next level. Like even, you know, I mean, you've heard him.
Yes.
But I mean, the thing is, like when we saw him live, he didn't even overplay, but he can because he has some instrumental albums. But he didn't even, and he even like stopped playing with a pick just to sound more like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So insane. Cool. But back to Soundgarden, what a band. I mean, what a sound, right?
This song was great. I really liked all of the like palm muting that the guitar was doing and the distortion. It just gave it that heavier sound. But like you said, it's kind of like an alternative metal kind of sound, not your typical gallopy or thrash.
And there were no like no, I mean there was some sort of like tremolo, like
but no solo.
That's what they would do for solos in the 90s. They were just like, less shredding, let's just drop all that melody stuff. Yeah, which is kind of like a bummer because I really love that stuff. But hey, you know, it worked.
Yeah,
you didn't have to become a shredder anymore.
Totally.
But so this next one, that's the album that I've always seen.
Super Unknown.
That's the one that I kind of like.
Oh, this is where Black Hole Sun is on. That's why. And Spoon Man.
Yeah, that's the one that I see in everyone's collection.
Okay.
Most of the time.
That's cool.
I'm sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we own that album.
Oh gosh, probably. Collection. I don't know if anybody has sent us. I'd be curious to check.
It's because it's such a it's like a 10 or Nevermind. It's like one of those.
Okay, cool.
The best. I think that's their best album, but I could be wrong. All the Soundgarden fans, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But also look at that they formed and then they kind of like
disbanded,
and then they came back and recorded.
Yep.
And then
when Chris passed, they announced it's over.
But they had disbanded like from the 90s, and then I think that's when Audio Slave happened, and then they came back together again.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Isn't
that's
that
cool.
insane? Yeah, I love it.
So this is the album right after Bad Motorfinger came, this album. So 3 years in between. Let's see. My Wave.
My Wave. So the competition was on here because you had Pearl Jam and Nirvana.
Right.
Look at all the albums that came out in 94.
Wow.
That's like the top album. Although that's the gallopiness here. A little bit of Blind Melon there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it does remind me of Eddie Vedder, but Insane. Very cool. How did you like it?
Wow,
It's
that
good,
was
huh?
different. Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny because we could literally make a new channel from scratch just to grunge.
Mm-hmm.
And we would
There's
probably
so much
take us
out
years.
there, huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I looked up albums that were released in 1994, and of course this one, and then
And these
Alice
are
in
just
Chains' Jar of Flies, Pearl Jam Vitology, Stone Temple Pilots Purple,
wow.
Bush, you know, and yeah, I mean, like you said, these were just the hits, you know, that are super well known.
Oh, this was the year that Kurt died.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's see.
Oh, sorry.
It
Where?
says here, all the way downstairs.
Oh.
Kurt Cobain. What a
Polish
bummer.
territory while simultaneously fracturing due to the death. Wow. That's
I guess
crazy.
that also...
That maybe even elevated it. Like, or I don't know. Who knows? That's interesting.
Like, most of our viewers must have been in their 20s or 30s or 40s. That, you know... But that's why I guess also, like, since our viewers are a bit older, because of the music that we react to, like, I think the younglings of the channel are that listen to this.
Totally.
Yeah.
So here's Wikipedia even has a list of grunge albums. So in 1991, Nirvana's Nevermind and the Bad Motorfinger and 10 were released.
10 is like that.
And Temple of the Dog.
We have listened to 10
so many times.
It's like, it's almost like we only own that album.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we didn't. It's just like an album where every song is like so good. Right?
Absolutely.
That's like our go-to grunge album.
And maybe it's cliche or whatever, but like it's just so good to us.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nirvana Nevermind, Pearl Jam 10, Soundgarden Motorfinger, which is the one we heard before this one, and Temple of the Dog. So that's crazy. I thought Temple of the Dog was something he did later. Like,
I think Temple of the Dog is that like. Can I just see the lineup?
Yeah.
Because it does feature.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell and Eddie
Vedder.
But just because one track or
several tracks, Eddie's on there, 4, 8, and 9. So Hunger Strike is 3. Oh wait, Eddie's on 3. Backing vocals. Oh, and co-lead vocals, track 3.
Yeah,
okay.
Because he has some.
So 3, 4, 8, and 9.
But what do they consist of? Like, is this like a?
I think it was just a project because they only released this one album.
It's the only studio album by American rock band Temple of the Dog. It is a tribute to Andrew Wood.
Oh, Mother Love Bone.
Oh, yes.
Remember?
Mother Love Bone. That was Pearl Jam without Eddie.
Exactly. That's what our neighbor, who we were talking about, Scott, he told us about them, and we were like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, and Mother Love Bone is awesome.
Yes.
They have some good stuff.
Yes.
So he was basically, he died, unfortunately. And then that's when Eddie joined Mother Love Bone, and they became Pearl Jam. That's literally the same musicians.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
and it looks like Chris Cornell was Andrew Wood's roommate. Oh my God. So he approached the members of Mother Love Bone about some material that he wrote, and then they made this.
It's because I think everybody knew each other.
Yeah. In that scene.
I mean, it's Seattle, and if you're like in the rock scene, I think you know each other.
Yeah, I mean, in Seattle, it's a big city, but it's also not like ridiculous. So there's a few places, and then I'm sure even less places where you could go and hear music, like this. So, well,
so cool.
Very, very cool.
All right. This was so good. Like this was like, it did have that gallopiness, but it also had like this, I don't know. It's so difficult to describe because it's like a genre that I'm just not familiar with. I mean, yes, 10 obviously, but 10 is 10.
Yeah.
That album is like, and they do play a lot of guitar solos on 10.
They do. Yeah, you're
like
right. We haven't heard one this whole time.
Yeah. So that's why for me 10 is just so, because of every song on there, like Jeremy, Even Flow, Why Go,
Alive.
Oh my God. It's like, whoa.
All of them.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I learned most of them for our neighbor. Okay, so Pretty Noose. Is it Noose?
Noose. Noose is the
no?
When people are hung. When people are hung, the noose is the hole where the head goes.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the opening track.
Okay.
And this is from 1996. Let's check it out, and let's see where grunge was going in 1996, because I guess you're right with the loss of Kurt Cobain. There was it was a blow.
It was a blow, but hey, maybe it made it even more like, now we want to do this more like in his honor, you know, so? Or I don't know. It might be either way.
Let us know, like, if you were living, in the music, like if you were listening to grunge, like dedicated, and what happened, because I mean, we were like kids, and we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it must have been all over the news.
I'm sure.
But I don't remember. Do you remember the day?
I was 3 years old.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even remember anything
so
about my life.
You found out late, like
I found out when
later.
I was like 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Pretty Noose.
Yes.
I was 3.
I don't even remember what I liked to eat at that time.
Well, there's video though.
There is video.
Yeah, this sounds more like Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
But
mira, ahí vienen todos y el label.
Reminds me a little bit of Nirvana.
Yeah. I really like the drums.
look. That's Pearl Jam's guitar player.
Solo.
That's what I wanted to say.
Wow.
That's what I wanted to talk about. His voice. When he's not doing that really like strange voice.
Yeah.
He has such a different voice, but such a good voice as well.
Yeah.
Like he can. And remember, and I wanted to talk about that as well because we did react. I think it was for Dave.
The video.
And remember that he was like not even making a face. He was just singing like this powerhouse.
Yes.
And he was not, there was no, this was not happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, wow, he's not even, you can't even see that he's like, he's not struggling.
No.
He's just singing like it was nothing.
Yeah. I remember that. I actually wanted to talk about that as well in the first
God,
song. Because I was like, we did do a video of him. I remember it well. They were in the David Fincher house.
Yes, and it was audio slave because it had the guitar player from Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Tom Morello.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah,
I like
really
this whole
track. But also like the little subtle guitar like injections in there makes it a little bit more melodic. A little less
and the
dark.
solo was very typical like grunge. Like it was more like noise.
Yeah.
It wasn't really like
Yeah.
Like that was a big no. You cannot play 100 notes per second. That
in
was
grunge.
No.
Yeah.
You could only be like long bends, like
and a lot of noise,
maybe
a lot of distortion.
Maybe a little bit of cry, maybe
yeah. The dirtier the better.
The dirtier the better. No scales, okay? No blues licks. Maybe blues licks because the Pearl Jam solos
those I think are the exception.
But all the shredding and stuff, that was a big no. I mean, even Slash in Guns N' Roses was not shredding. He was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
I think nobody wanted to get labeled as like an 80s guitar player.
Yeah, that's true. They wanted.
That must have been difficult.
Yeah.
If you had the chops to just pull back and say, hey, I'm just going to not do that.
Yeah.
Like imagine Paul Gilbert, he was in Racer X, and then I just showed her some Racer X in the car. And then in the 90s, it's like dead. No Racer X. And then in the 2000s, they're like, okay, I think we can come out now.
Yes.
And do our stuff again.
Yes.
Because they like to shred, and play the neoclassical stuff. And but so far, this is very good.
Interesting. Also, I like that they're in order, kind of taking us through their career. The first one was very shocking. I had no idea. This one sounds definitely more like what I was expecting them to sound like. So I'm sure Live to Rise will be good. And this was, again, made for the soundtrack of The Avengers. So it was made for that movie.
Wow, that's crazy. So it was, cool. So that movie came out
2012.
Wow.
Is what it said. Here it says 14, but on the Wikipedia, it said.
Because we just watched.
Wait, Live to Rise.
So basically, we're watching them in order of release.
Mm-hmm.
And so which one do you like the best?
Oh, gosh.
I've asked you like 3 times. Because the first one after... So... No, you just tell me. Like,
okay. I think Iron Man was very good, especially because I was expecting something else, so it was a very pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have to say I really enjoyed Iron Man, but I also very much enjoyed Thor.
Yeah, you
did. Yeah.
That's so funny because a lot of people... I even saw this on Reddit because I was looking at Reddit. I was reading Reddit, and then it would be like, oh, my wife didn't like Thor.
Oh, gosh. The wife is blind. I'm just kidding.
Blind. No, but
I think the story was really good, and also the humor was a lot of fun.
But I think you enjoyed Thor because you got into the whole Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, and so you understood the whole Odin kind of like arc.
Yeah, and it's true that it does have a lot of like fantasy in there. You know, if you're not into that, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but I really liked it.
Yeah. And what about Cap?
Cap was also very good. Cap was
America?
Also very, very good.
I just enjoyed that one.
The story was good because it was like World War II.
Yeah, I really liked that. It felt like an Indiana Jones movie a little bit.
It did. Yeah, I really liked Captain too.
And then I would say also Iron Man, the first one, because it's such a good beginning to the whole.
And it's such a feel good, like, I don't know, with Gwyneth Paltrow and just the whole.
And you've always liked Robert Downey Jr.
Yes,
right? So
and her also.
Was like a win-win when the actor.
Exactly. It was like, I want them to get together.
She was like, I want to see Iron Man too.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, this is
Live to Rise.
This is from the Avengers. I know this is supposed to be about Soundgarden, but hey, it is on the soundtrack to the Avengers.
Yeah.
Live to Rise. Let's check it out.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Wow, sounds like Audio Slave a little bit. Like the riff.
What if all you understand could fit into the center of a hand?
Oh, lyrics.
Then you found it wasn't you who held the sum of everything you knew. We're insane but not alone. We hold on and let go.
Very nice. A lower voice, like.
Like the sun we will live to rise. Like the sun we will live and die and then ignite again. Like the sun we will live to rise again.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So it's about Hulk.
What if the one thing that I missed was everything I need to pass the test?
I can't wait.
And if I fail, what happens then? Can I still count on you as a friend? We're insane, but
There's a backing voice there. I don't know.
Yes.
Is that him?
I think he's harmonizing with himself. Yeah.
like the sun we will live to rise.
Very good.
Like the sun we will live and die and then ignite again.
Like the Hulk.
The sun we will live to rise again.
That's on this one. I really like this one. Okay, we're such geeks. We're such geeks. Because so this was about the Hulk. And we did watch the Hulk. We totally skipped over that one because I think that's the only one that I did enjoy it.
I like it too.
And it was Edward Norton. We love Edward Norton, but it was just like not such a good movie.
Yeah.
It was a good movie, but it was just not.
And I don't know if I
as
would
funny.
have chosen Edward Norton to be the Hulk. You know?
Did you know that Eric Bana, is it Bana or Bana?
Bana, I think.
Eric Bana. He played the first Hulk in a 2003 movie. But since Marvel was not like a real universe, it was just a movie. And Nick Nolte plays the dad.
That's why I thought it was him. Yesterday when we watched that movie with Eric Bana, I was like, the Hulk.
Yeah, he was the Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but Edward Norton, I guess he played the Hulk and everything was fine and dandy. And then they kind of replaced him because he's like
a difficult person.
Difficult to work with. So.
But
hey,
what a great track. I really enjoyed it.
I really love this one because I think it's also written to be catchy and to be like...
And positive, very positive. Yes. The other ones are obviously, as grunge tends to be, they're dark and depressing and dealing with like a lot of, you know, obscure thoughts and feelings, which is fine. But this one obviously is like the sun we will live to rise and ignite again. So it's like it just feels a lot more uplifting. And of course the music of the major chords and you know, it just feels like it's meant for something epic and radio or movie. It feels like a hit, you know.
Well, tonight we're going to watch this movie. And we're going to probably hear this tune.
And we're going to be like, we know exactly who. Because I'm sure we would have recognized his voice. We would have said, is that SOUNDGARDEN?
Yeah.
You know, because
we usually were the type of people who's like, oh my God, who's this actor? And we pause the movie, we look up the actor.
Yeah. But if the song would have started playing on the Avengers, we would have recognized I think
we would. I think we would.
But anyways, this was a great marathon.
Yes,
John,
so
thank you very much. Great way to end it too on a high note. That's always appreciated too. Thank you for giving us a better idea of who SOUNDGARDEN is or was. And yeah, more grunge is welcome, I would say.
Yeah, I really like that what John put together because it's not just like his favorite tracks. I think he thought of it like I'm gonna take them through like 4 different styles.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about doing marathons of one band because it does give you like a better idea who they are.
Absolutely.
And from different like the first one sounded a little bit, I would almost say 80s, even though it was released in 91, it had still that DNA.
Yes.
That metal, you know. And then the 94 is the grunge pinnacle era, right? And then I think 96 as well.
Yes.
And then the last one did sound like a totally different style of music, but it had great like rhythm and the vocals and just the whole style. And it did remind me, for some reason, it reminded me of Audioslave, which is very much Tom Morello. Like he does all the riffs and those riffs are like Rage Against the Machine, you know. He just has that very creative style of writing
absolutely
riffs, you know.
Absolutely. And I just checked to see when he passed, because I was like, it was in 2017. So
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What a epic like singer and musician, and so young.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
52?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah,
we shall do more. Chris Cornell. And like Nick recommended to John and everyone else, if you enjoy Chris Cornell, check out Richie Kotzen, Kotzen.
Please check him out.
Yeah.
And check him out. Check out his guitar playing, not just the singing, because maybe there is an album called Intergalactic something, Fusion Experiment. It's going to blow your mind the way he plays the guitar, or the ones with Greg Howe, Tilt. Check
That's
out
the
Tilt.
one I was thinking.
And then check out just his solo stuff. Like, and right now he is actually playing with Adrian Smith of Iron Maiden, and that's the comparison that I did, where Adrian was like, "Wow, it feels weird to play in front of 500 people, you know, because everybody's watching."
Yeah.
He's used to like 40,000 minimum.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, check out even there was a band called Smith Kotzen, which is also very cool. Iron Maiden and
they're
Richie.
touring, right? Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, John. If anyone would like to sponsor something like this, check out the link in the description to our Buy Me a Coffee page. Don't forget to like the video, leave comments if you're enjoying yourself or if you did enjoy yourself, and subscribe if you'd like to see us again. We would love to see you all in the next one.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.